To make this African black soap shampoo for our natural hair, I'm going to be using this pure African black soap. I'm going to cut this into cubes. This black soap is made with cocoa pod and every other natural herbs that will benefit your scalp. You can also use this black soap to make body wash, and just the way you want it, adding your ingredients, your actives in it. So after cutting it into cubes, I just have to boil my distilled water, and after boiling, I'm going to pour it over those the black soap, and I'm going to cover this. I'll allow it sit for 4 to 5 hours to make sure the soap dissolves in the distilled water. And for the soap, the quantity of the black soap I use 60 grams of black soap. Then for my distilled water, the hot distilled water, I'm using 120 grams of distilled water. That's what the measurements, the quantity of the water I poured over the shampoo. And after leaving it for 4 to 5 hours, this is what it looks like. The soap has fully dissolved, and I'm going to strain it with my cheesecloth. And after dissolving it, I'm going to measure out 100 grams of those black soap liquid, and that's what I have in my beaker at this point. So this is the particles at the bottom. So I'm going to keep the soap aside, and here I'm going to measure out my xanthan gum and my glycerin. Note, glycerin is a humectant. It helps withdraws water from the atmosphere into your hair, and that way your hair stays moisturized and it doesn't dry. This soap wouldn't dry out your hair. That's one of the key roles those glycerin is playing on this inside in this shampoo. So after mixing my xanthan gum and the glycerin, the next is to add it into the soap mixture, as I'm doing at this point, and I'm going to mix it. And for the xanthan gum I use 3 grams of xanthan gum, and for my glycerin I use 20 grams of glycerin. Then the next I added my coconut oil. Coconut oil, I'm using 10 grams of coconut oil in this formulation. After adding my coconut oil, I'm going to mix it to make sure it dissolves completely. Then I'm adding my vitamin E oil. For my vitamin E oil, I added 1 gram of vitamin E oil. And the next is my preservative. I used 2 grams of preservative. And I also added papaya seed oil. I made it myself. I have a video on that. Below this video, I will drop the link to the papaya seed oil I made. This is the xanthan gum I use in my glycerin. So for the papaya seed oil I use 4 grams of the oil, and my glycerin, like I mentioned, I use 20 grams. So at this point, this is what the black soap, the shampoo, looks like. Use this on your hair every day, every wash day, and it doesn't strip your hair of its natural oil. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next tutorial. Bye.